Welcome. We are halfway through this month's edition of the Whiteboard Game with me, Frederick.
And me, Chris.
There you go, class. And the theme this month is colour schemes. We're doing another whiteboard game about colour schemes. The album art has the 10 extracts we both chosen. 9 of mine. 1 was a joker because I can't follow instructions. But there is a colour that is common to both choices, both sets of albums that we've chosen. In what may well be a top 10, if not top 5 whiteboard game moment, we've both chosen the same colour. We've already established it. We have both gone for... pause the video now if you want to guess as we're talking about them. We've both gone for purple. So we've got a very purple theme here today. We've got another 10 bits of music to run through, though. So let's keep cracking on. I am guessing first in this second half. This is the one I knew.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to surprise you one day with letting you know that I'd listened to a few of this guy's albums.
Okay.
But you've
look forward to the discussion.
Well, you've beaten me to the surprise, at least. At this point in time, he went by Devon Hendryx. And this is a cover of the Carly Rae Jepsen classic, Call Me Maybe. I couldn't remember the year, which could be a problem. I put 2015. And I put ambient pop or electronic or sound collage.
Okay. I'll give you 4 points.
Oh, excellent, thank you.
You've started both halves very well.
And then
very good game for you.
Well, it hasn't been a bad game. I've just been quite inconsistent. The scores are all over the place.
It was Devon Hendryx.
Yes.
Which, based off of his actual name, which is, his first name's Barrington, amusingly.
Barrington.
And his middle name is Devon, as in Vaughan, as in like Vaughan Williams minus the second A. And then Hendryx, as in ICKS instead of YX. So he's just sort of redone his name, but I imagine that you'd pronounce it Devon as opposed to Devon, which is how he writes it. But I find both amusing. It is his cover of Call Me Maybe. Do you know, at the start of the game where you were saying that there was one of them which you sort of knew and it sort of tipped you off, I was not expecting it to be this one. Absolutely not. So that's a nice...
That I can still be a surprise.
I put alternative R&B.
Yeah.
Just if it's like R&B, but it's a bit weird, you know.
It is a bit weird, absolutely.
Put an alternative bit in front of it. And hypnagogic pop was there because it's a little bit on the fuzzy side.
That's fair.
I gave you ambient pop. I felt
that's kind, thank you.
Reflective enough. And also partially about what I'm going to mention about with the title of the album as well. Which came in 2013. It's off of the album The Ghost Pop Tape, which I think was his most popular album under the Devon Hendryx name. He now goes by quite a popular rapper called JPEG Mafia. He's really reinvented himself in that guise. I did read a review on I think it was Radio Music that mentioned, you know, the title being very accurate in that it does sound like ghost pop. Okay. And I can completely see that. First thing I want to say is, if you're listening to this and you're under the age of 18, do not listen to this album.
Yes.
This is not an album that is appropriate for you to listen to. Don't listen to it.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe skip ahead maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah.
In this podcast.
But
I'm not going to mention anything.
In some respect, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention anything specific, but what I will say is I knew this from his JPEG Mafia stuff, sort of. He can be like this sometimes, but this guy is a freak.
He is.
this guy is, I don't know, we've lived very different lives.
Yes.
Is maybe how I will say it. A lot of the audio recordings in this that he is, I'm surprised you've listened to it in its entirety, if I'm being honest, because the audio recordings he puts in this are ones which I would just imagine you would hear one time and go, nope, I'm just not going through this album.
I mean, look, I'm always going to try my best to push through to the end of anything. But no, you keep going. You keep going.
Yeah. I mean, there is a title of one of the songs on here, which I think, if you scroll through the track list, I think you'll very quickly know which one I'm on about. So I'll just leave it at that. And I think it very well reflects the sentiment I've just posed. Yeah, this is. I feel like generally the cover is more sort of like a tealy sort of colour. It's just, it's sort of his body. I do think he's naked.
I think he might be. Yes.
It will go with the album.
It would.
The sounds of the album. It's sort of like a purpley sort of colour. His body, and then he's got like I don't know, like a weird. Like a picture of it's like he's in like a Skype call or something, and he's Skype calling the Joker and Batman, but they're like the what were they called, Pez dispensers?
Yeah, it's a good shout.
When we were younger, it's like them.
Yeah.
Do you know? I think I'd probably say that I was a little bit disappointed by this album.
Oh, okay.
I think for what I've liked from his stuff as JPEG Mafia, I think listening to this, I sort of thought, it's really highly praised. I'm expecting to enjoy this quite a bit, but I came away from it just sort of thinking, yeah, it's all right. I wouldn't listen to this a lot. I do think that if certain audio recordings were taken out of this album, I would probably listen to it more. Absolutely. But I mean, even his lyrics at points, like there's lyrics that he's added to his cover of Call Me Maybe.
Yes.
That I've tried to give you a part of the track that doesn't reference them because this guy's a freak.
Yes.
So I'll leave that and speak about something I find more interesting about it. Is that you may know that Mr. Barrington Devon Hendryx used to be in the military. Yes. For well,
he's got an album, hasn't he, with a certain title?
He has, yeah, called Veteran, yeah. He used to work in the military. I'm not sure. I can't remember if he was discharged or honorably discharged or something. But whatever it was, he was discharged for probably the reason you would most expect him to be discharged for. I think he had a falling out with one of the higher ups there, or something like that, to a point where it wasn't tenable for him to continue as someone in the military. And I think his work as Devon Hendryx, for the most part, is all from when he was in the military.
Crazy.
Which is really interesting. Yeah, that's my spiel. I'm interested by the fact that you have listened to it, and I want to hear what you have to say about it now.
Yeah, this is the one that I was able to guess purple as a result of. It's the one album I was confident of. I've listened to maybe 4 or 5.
Okay.
Devon
doesn't have that
/
much more
JPEG
than
Mafia
that,
albums.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, across the 2 pseudonyms.
Yeah.
I think my favourite release by this chap is probably LP.
He's his biggest one,
yeah. But against the odds, and this might surprise you even further, this is my second highest ranked of his.
That's crazy. You're a freak, man.
No, I'm not. We all are a bit. No, I think I just like the creative choices on it.
Okay.
Now that you've said, maybe I think I listened to this in the gyms. Maybe I was distracted. Maybe so maybe I didn't properly take in what the lyrics were.
Yeah, no, you don't. Oh my life. In the gym, you know. It's crazy. What, you doing hip thrust the whole time, or what?
Yeah, so maybe it's why I don't remember it being as unpalatable as you're saying. I might need to listen back to it with fear now. I think the main thing I remember was thinking the whole time, just, this guy loves WWE, man. Because he's like, you know how every rapper or producer has their tag or whatever. And a lot of his songs start with that, "You think you know me,"
That's
which
WWE, isn't it? Yeah.
is how the theme song of a certain WWE wrestler starts.
I didn't know that, actually.
WWE is called Edge, who isn't in WWE anymore. I don't know. Is he still active? I think he's still active.
I think he was a guitar player in U2, I think, actually.
He's been around. Because he had to retire because he had a neck injury. But then he returned some years later to WWE, and everyone lost their minds. And I don't know if he's still wrestling, but with a different company now. Maybe AEW. I do know about this stuff. One of my guilty pleasures.
You know a lot more about WWE than I would have imagined. Yeah.
Well, me and a certain friend who is teaching abroad, we both confess that we do enjoy it. I grew up. I grew up with it. Not that my parents necessarily wanted me to. It's just that there were other people in primary school and that were into it, and then I discovered it. I was like, dang. And I was off it for ages. I was off it for such a long time. And then in sixth form, I was sat next to a fellow in English, a certain fellow in English that I think no one else really liked. But I didn't mind him. He never did me any wrong, but he was odd. You know, the guy who went around in a helmet and spoke about...
I know you're on about, yeah.
And we both discovered that we both had an interest in it. And then he said to me, "Oh, by the way, you know Kofi Kingston is getting like pushed to like the championship scene." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And that got me back into it because that guy he's still active. That guy, he's my favorite. He's a legend, mate. He's great. But yeah, so every single, like the first time I heard it, I was like, "What? What?" And you got to, like, this guy was an opportunist, I suppose. He would always run in at the perfect time and get the win, kind of thing.
Okay.
And so basically you're enjoying your match, and it's a really good match, and then suddenly you hear, "You think you know me," and his music hits and everyone loses it. They're like, "Oh my God, he's here. And so I hear, "You think you know me," and I go, "What? What's going on?" So maybe I've been blinded by that, and also the fact that, I stubbornly listened to this in the gym, that I didn't quite pick up on how smutty a release it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I found the "Call Me Maybe" cover disturbing, I think is the word I'll use.
That's interesting. It was the one which, when I was listening to, I went, because I put it on the list of 10 albums that I'd used for it, and listened to all of them. And it was the one that I listened to that went, "Do you know what? This is actually probably the one that I'm actually able to use."
Yeah.
Interestingly.
I need to, maybe I need to re-listen and study the lyrics properly.
It's just the ones he's added that are just smutty. Yeah, vile. The rest of them are just proper Carly Rae Jepsen vibes.
Yeah. I think because we all know the Carly Rae Jepsen original as being very quirky, very happy. This it does sound, like you say, a ghost pop piece of music. It just sounds like I don't know, like the underworld version of it. It's odd.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my JPEG Mafia thoughts. Very unique producer.
Yeah, the Carly Rae Jepsen one's cute, and the Devon Hendryx one is creepy.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is it works. It's amusing. But last thing I'll say is very well-known thing about JPEG Mafia, but I find it amusing nonetheless, is he had no interest in rapping or singing initially. He only did it because no one else would do it over his beats.
Yeah.
I always find very amusing for him to say.
And with that information, when you listen to his beats, you go, I kind of get it. Like, who was going to take this on?
But it's crazy though, because it's really cool and innovative at the same time.
It is cool and innovative, but can you imagine someone coming up to you and going, "Can you rap over this?" Sure, man. And then you sit down and listen to it, and you go, "How am I? Like, what am I meant to do with this?"
Yeah. But yeah, that was a fun surprise. Wasn't expecting you to know that.
Yeah. Glad I could still shock you with it, even if it wasn't me choosing it.
Okay. Your number 6.
Yeah.
I initially put this band for your number 3. And I moved it because I thought it was... I don't think it's this band necessarily, but I feel like I recognise the voice, but just couldn't pick who I wanted to put for it. So I guess the Stranglers.
Okay.
Little Girl in Bloom is something he said. And from gauging the lyrics, it felt like an appropriate title. It felt very reflective of what the song was about. From my gauge from the extract that I was given. New wave / post-punk, maybe. 1983. That's my guess.
I'm going to give you 1 point.
Thank you.
Because, I mean, it's a rarity, but I must apologise. I don't agree with the genre.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
And it might make more sense when you find out who it is, because I just don't think these guys were ever them. This is Thin Lizzy.
Oh, yeah.
It is Little Girl in Bloom. I've put blues rock.
Yeah, no, it's 73. It can't really be new wave or post-punk at that time, can it? Yeah, I get that.
As Chris has said, 1973. This is off a fantastic album, Vagabonds of the Western World, which I have used a few times now. This is absolutely one of the more subtle moments on the album. Because this is very much Thin Lizzy in their era of, in the music videos, they've done the lighting and they polished the guitars so much that everything's glinting. And Phil Lynott hasn't hit the drug problems yet. And so he is still at his peak charisma and everything. And this is very early days, so people are only just discovering him over in the UK. He's made it in Ireland. He's done brilliantly in Ireland. He's made a name for himself. And now it's starting to get into the UK as a whole. And, this album's fantastic. And then you look at the B-sides and you go, oh, Whiskey in the Jar, what's that? That can't be that famous, can it? It's on the B-side. But it's just such a good album. The song, as you say, the lyrics and the title, it kind of, tells its own story. About a young girl who is pregnant and she's very nervous about telling her family, particularly her father. Very, very human song. It's very, very delicate.
Yeah.
Phil Lynott, man, at his best, fantastic storyteller, incredible. This song has got one of, I think, the most underrated lyrics of all time, because every time I hear it, I go, surely someone else must have used this as a rhyming couplet. He can't be allowed to get away with it as the first man. It's too perfect. Because he goes, what is it? Something like watching the men play cricket from the corner of her room. See the ball go from bat to wicket, and you go, what? How's he done that? It's like cricket and wicket. It's written. Like, surely he can't be the first person to ever do that. It's just such a lovely album. It's such a lovely album. It's just got that purple backdrop again, and it's all of them stylized to look like they're from some sort of fantasy novel or something. Like they are vagabonds of the Western world. Yeah, Phil Lynott, man, one of the coolest musicians all time. One of the ones that really disappoints me that I will never be able to see live because I heard the gigs were fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much. Thin Lizzy will often come back. I've used that album about 3 or 4, maybe even 5 times now. 6, 7. Anyway, that will get the views up as well if I do that. 1 point for Chris.
Thank you. I'm a bit disappointed because I definitely should have recognised Thin Lizzy's voice, but
he's got quite an iconic voice. It's the sort of like drawl he has where, I don't know, everything about him, man. I think it just oozes charisma. Every time I look at Crystal Palace American centre-back Chris Richards with the afro and moustache combination.
Oh, yeah.
I just look at him and just think, you're back, you know.
I see that, yeah.
For your number...
Welcome back, Phil Lynott.
Yeah, welcome. Close enough. I didn't know. I've gone from smashing your number 6 to having no idea for your number 7.
Okay.
I mean, I felt I recognised it. Hang on. I'm not going to change anything, but I'm going to cheeky little, just, remind myself what it sounded like. Yeah, I feel like I do recognise this. It's definitely not. I doubt I've been telepathed here. It's too pristine for telepath. It hasn't got enough reverb on it. I put famously pronounced as Oniotrix Point Never. I said it sounded. I don't know. It felt like maybe you were sinking under the waves, so I said it was called Drowning. I said 2019 electronic. I think he's got a new album out. But
I think he does. Yeah.
Obviously, 2019 is not the same as the present. But.
I am going to be cruel here and give you no points.
Ooh, it's not electronic?
No, I wouldn't have said so. The lead is a guitar.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This play has worked gloriously.
Oh, God. Okay.
This is a very popular purple album by quite a popular artist.
Popular purple album.
And it is one of my favourite albums.
Prince.
It's up there on my top stair. Not Prince. Popular. He is the Prince of modern day psych rock, you might argue, though.
Oh, for God's sake.
It's Tame Impala.
Oh, for God. I just made a video about him and all.
The track is called Gossip.
God's sake.
It's one of the interludes off of Currents, because I knew if I used any of the other songs, you'd get it. And I wanted to make it a little bit more difficult. Because I know you don't like the easy ones.
No.
Neo-psychedelia, I would have been more lenient with genres on that, but not electronic if the lead is a guitar. 2015 was when it came out. It's off of his album Currents, which I would say is my favourite of his.
That's fair.
The album cover is great. It's a brilliant album cover. Yeah, I mean, I've maybe have the least to say about this. Just that I was going to use his song Nangs, which is earlier off the album, which I prefer. But upon re-listening, I discovered that he actually sings over a good amount of it. It's just like in the background. So I thought, I want to give myself the best chance of catching you out here.
Yeah,
so
you have done.
Instead. Yeah, I mean, it was probably the first Tame Impala album I listened to, really, so an amount of that is maybe why I like it so much. I listened to it a lot over a period of my life I spent in France when we went on a music tour with a music association outside of school. And I listened to it loads there. I remember it being a helping hand during that time. So I have a lot of love for it. It is a great album. I know a lot of people love Lonerism by Tame Impala. It's not my favourite of his. I enjoy Inner Speaker quite a lot as well.
Yeah.
Those are my two favourites, that and Currents. And some of his... I did really like the Slow Rush when it came out. Upon re-listens, I don't like it as much as like Currents and Inner Speaker, but I do think it is good. And I haven't heard very good things about his newest stuff.
Yeah,
I listened to a bit of the first single. I think it was called End of Summer or something like that, and it was Air. And I did listen to, I think one of the songs was called Loser, which I thought was good, but a lot of people thought it was naff, so I was like, okay. And then I think beyond that, I just didn't get into some of it. I think I heard a little bit of his song off that called Dracula, and I thought it was...
I remember there being one called Dracula. Naff. Yeah.
And I weren't big on it. So I haven't listened to his new album, but I haven't heard good things. Which is a shame. But he has provided some great music otherwise. Yeah. So it feels fitting to use an album cover I do think is genuinely brilliant in a game about album covers.
Yes,
so
I agree.
There you go. Fitting.
Yeah.
And apologies to leave you pointless. But,
that's a pointless thing for those.
With a donut, yeah. Yes.
It's fine. It happens. I got, guys. It happens in this game.
You've had some very good scores.
I have.
In the game. I will move on to your number 7 now, which again reminded me a lot of your second one.
Yes.
And so I've gone for a similarly sort of answer. Instead of 2814, I guessed Hallmark 87. There were some moments of sparseness that I associated with their music a bit more. Ethereal nature, I suppose. And much like I said that the title of the last track number 2, sorry, I said it was called Crystal Palace as a guess. I've called this one Palace of Crystal.
Yeah.
I played it a bit safe with this one. I said ambient and vaporwave instead. I did get a Fruta Durero vibe from it again. But I didn't really want to use that term again, just sort of shoehorning it into every ambient guess. It didn't feel
Fred likes it. Choose it.
Yeah. And then a random year, 2018. So there you go.
I am, just out of interest, going to put something into Google Translate. Fascinating. Okay, cool. This is the title track, apparently. Apparently. Here's the answer.
My favourite album, Palace of Crystal.
I'm afraid not. This is by I think your Hallmark 87 observation was really, really nice. He, she, I'm not sure actually. They do use vastness, space, silence. Unfortunately, it hasn't helped you here though. I'm giving you 1 point. For the genre. This is, now, do I give a go at pronouncing it? I think I do.
Absolutely.
Tianhuojian.
Pretty good.
I think that was okay, yeah. This is track 5 off of the album Wading in the Afterlife, which was released in 2022, and I've put the genre as new age, ambient, and drone. It is a bit droney at times. I suppose this track isn't, so I don't know really. Yeah, you could get rid of it. I've given you a point for the vaporwave bit because this is a Telepath pseudonym.
Really?
Yep. Another one. this guy doesn't sleep, you know that, right? The amount of music is outrageous. I really like this release. It's really good. I listened to this a while ago now, and I've just, it's been one again that I've just been waiting for something to prompt me to use it. It is a very telepath cover in that it is sort of a fuzzy picture of a human.
Yes, okay.
It's a lady floating in a very dim lit body of water with some sort of like nightgown on or something, dress, whatever. And so you've got the stark whiteness of her clothing versus the blacks and mauves of the rest of the cover. It's a very simple picture, but it's quite effective. It's just a really good album. It's another really, really, really competent, effective, ambient, atmospheric telepath release. It is one of his more relaxed ones, calmer ones.
Okay.
Would I recommend it? Absolutely, if you're into telepath stuff. This is, I think, is one not to miss. It gets even worse, because you go through as much of the telepath discography as you can, and you go, God, that was a trek. And then you realise that he's done stuff under different names as well. And then you go, oh, no. I did sit down with Dad once and try to explain to him how many albums, at least Rate Your Music, claimed that Telepath had released across all these pseudonyms, and I can't remember the number we reached, but I just remember Dad's face becoming more and more horrified. It got to at least 140. And that might have been just under one of the pseudonyms, I'm not sure. But again, just Telepath has built up this, I would say deserving sort of cult following. And it helps when the music is not just so prolific, but so consistent. There aren't really any albums not worth listening to. Push this one up the list if you ever want to get round to the mammoth task of Telepath and all the pseudonyms. But I'll leave this one with 1 point to you, Chris.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. See, for your number 8, I like to think I've applied good logic again.
Okay.
This one did suffer from the what I'm going to call the Cocteau curse.
It's just too recognisable a sound.
No, that's not what I mean. In that, what I mean is I have no idea what was being said.
I see, okay.
I actually did. I don't know who it is.
Okay.
But I've tried to add up numbers and what you've listened to recently and things like that. I put grouper.
Okay.
I think the word fall was said at one point, so I put falling. 2010, I put folktronica because there's a guitar and then a lot of effects.
Okay.
And also ambient, kind of. That's what I've written.
Okay. Yeah, you can have 3 points.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
You deducted well with his grouper. See, I thought you were going to go on the guise of, she's got a very recognisable sound.
Well, see, I haven't listened to any grouper.
Okay. Yeah, the track's called Heavy Water / I'd Rather Be Sleeping. It's not a Slash song in terms of it changes halfway through to the second song. It's just, I feel like she just sort of said, do you know what, I like both of these as titles. I'm just going to have both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Chamber Folk / Psych. I think Rate Your Music said Psych Folk, but I gave you Folktronica.
That's kind. Thank you.
I don't, it felt fair enough. 2008 is when it came out. I think it was one of her earlier albums. One of her earlier, very well received albums. Definitely. And it is called Dragging a Dead Deer Up a Hill.
Not an enviable task.
No, and quite a long title.
I like a long title.
Yeah, they're more thought-provoking, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many grouper albums have I listened to? I've listened to all the AIA ones, which, I mean, there's only 2. Alien Observer's very good. I've listened to her Inca Ore collab.
Oh, nice.
Which was alright. That's the one that's got Poison Tree on, which I know you quite like. And yeah, her stuff was good. I'm just not keen on the Inca Ore stuff.
Okay.
And most of the album is Inca Ore. So yeah, it was not really my thing. But eerie track album cover for that one. Comparatively, the track album cover for Dragging a Dead Deer Up a Hill is like a picture of a young girl in like a black sort of, I don't know, it's like funeral sort of wear almost in the forest. And the general hue is that of like a purpley sort of mauve, and I thought that makes it sadder.
Yes. Yeah.
More tinged
it's with a melancholy thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember a few of the tracks. I quite liked Wind and Snow, just because on some of our recent musical ventures that we get to bestow upon the world, it inspired me quite well in that, which is nice.
I will say that when I can't remember if it was in conversation or via a message, said, "Oh no, there's an album I've listened to recently, and it's really sort of like got me ready for this game because it's helped me with one of the more recent efforts towards upcoming Idiot Twin musical exploits that you forwarded my way." There were 2 thoughts in my mind of, okay, it's either, because when I was listening to the most recent track you've worked on for Idiot Twin, I thought, okay, well, it's either grouper, because I know he's already done a bit of grouper, or something completely different, which I could see him listening to. I'm not sure if he has already. Do I want to say it, or will I use it at another point?
You do. You want to say it. I'm hypnotising you. I've got a pocket watch out, and I'm swaying it from side to side.
No, you know what? I don't want to say it. If I actually saw the watch, it would have, maybe that would have made it different. But so I guess I kind of used a bit of contextual assistance with this one.
Yeah, context clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, made sense. So I thought it was a nice album. I think my favourite of hers is probably Alien Observer.
Yeah.
It's a really good album. And I'm not, I like her sound, but it's not a sound that I feel like mentally I've plunged into to the point of where I'm like, yeah, this is amazing, this is great, and I can feel it in my soul that I agree with that. At the moment, it's mostly a respect for it being a cool sound, and liking it on top of that. It's not much deeper than that, which I would hope to get to, because it is good.
Yeah,
very, very good. So there you go.
Lovely.
That is that. On to your number 8. We're getting through them. Another one which is rockier, and I felt like maybe I recognised the voice. I hope I've got this. I thought it was Spooner. Don't want to get that wrong. He said Inside Out, and it caught my ear too much, and I put that and then didn't change it. So maybe that will be the death of my guess, perhaps. Indie rock.
Yep.
General term, 2013, general year for Spoon.
And that is a juicy 4 points.
Oh!
He smashed it. He smashed it. He's made amends for the Thin Lizzy
Lovely
thing
stuff.
that had frustrated him. This is Spoon. It is Inside Out. You're a year out, 2014. I put Indie-tronica, but indie rock too. That's fine.
Thank you.
It's off an album called They Want My Soul, which I was really having a crisis over looking at the artwork for, because I still cannot figure out whether it is a sort of a bluey purple or a purpley blue.
Okay.
But I've decided it's purple enough for inclusion in this game.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a nice cover.
It is a lovely cover. I think one of their better covers. Of course, the best of everything Spoon has ever done, coming off of Transference. But this is such a nice track. It's so nice, so pretty. I think it's about basically him talking to, I presume, a lover and saying, I don't need any of this other stuff. You're the thing that, makes me happy. And it's basically that for like 3 or 4 minutes, which I think is quite cute. Because time's gone inside out. I'm just your satellite. What else does he say? I ain't got time for holy rollers. They do not make me complete. And yeah, like you are all I need. All of this, not Radiohead reference. My favourite lyric of the whole thing, because it's the way that Britt Daniels sings it every time as well, when he goes, and then they wash my feet. And I think, yeah, why not? Why not, man? Why not? I do think the more that time passes since I've discovered Spoon, and the more I return to them, the more I think that Britt Daniel is one of my favourite vocals as well. I don't think he always performs well. Every single track he gives it something. He knows which words to put the volume on, or the tension on, or whatever. It's a very good song. It's a very good album. This is a top 3 Spoon album, I would say. This, Transference, and Ga 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 Ga. Those are your top 3. If you need to start anywhere with Spoon, start with those 3. Thank you very much. 4 points.
Cheers.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
You did it, not me. I think you'll be fond of my answer for this one. I think you'll be fond of it. Okay. I didn't know which hippity hopper this was.
Sure.
And I tried to go into my reserves in the back of my mind. I can't sing that song. I was about to sing that song from the guy who the woman was found in the back of his car. Anyway, but I thought this is rap, but fun key even. And there's only one rapper I know that does fun like no one else, and that's my boy Skilo. I wish I was a little bit taller. What a tune. I wish. Banger. I said it was called Funky. Maybe Funkay. Maybe I've missed an A. I said 1998. Hippity Hop.
Okay.
Yes.
2 points.
I don't know how, but thank you.
Now, it's not Skilo.
Ah.
It's a rap group.
Okay.
Who I hadn't heard of before I started looking for stuff to do with this game. But weirdly, I was scrolling through social media, and I was looking at a post, and the music used in that post was by this group, and I thought, that's really weird and interesting. It's by some unsung. Well, they're sung, just not as much as a lot of other jazz rappers.
Okay.
They're a group called Digable Planets.
No idea.
Yeah. The track's called Jettin. It's the most popular track off of this album. Jazz rap / hip hop. I would have given you 1994 is when it came out. It's off of an album of theirs called Blowout Comb, which once again, a bit like some of the other ones on here, were just ones which I just scrolled the internet for ages, just looking for purple covers, and this came up. Yeah, and it didn't feel like, because I wasn't necessarily going for vibrant purples when I was looking at them, and so this is more of like a mauve sort of purple.
It is,
which was linked to some of my other album artworks on there, like the the Masakatsu Tagaji one and the Cleaners from Venus as well. Arguably. I've listened to this album. It is a very good album. The beats are very consistent.
Nice.
If you're a fan of hip hop, jazz, rap beats, this whole album basically, give it a go. I haven't listened deeply within their lyrics, so I can't speak deeply about what I think they are lyrically. They seem pretty good. They've only got 2 albums, and they're both really highly rated, actually. The other one's called Reaching, from a year before this, which I will endeavour to get to as well, because I did quite like this album. There's 3 members. I haven't heard of any of them. So one of them's out of Shabazz Palaces. Fair enough.
Not Crystal Palaces.
Butterfly. No, that's a different thing, unfortunately. And then I get so many ads on Rate Your Music now. It's really annoying. And the other ones, I don't know who they are. I don't recognise them. They're not in any other bands that I recognise. So I don't really know why they didn't release anything beyond this. They didn't gain any sort of mass appeal from these, I don't think. They're very heavily rated, obviously. But I don't know if they ever broke through the underground sphere, I suppose, that they're in. What I'm trying to say is that I don't know too much about them, but I liked this. I like this album. Very funky.
Yes.
And just fun. And long tracks as well, I noticed as well. Their tracks are longer.
I respect anyone who lingers on a good idea. I don't mind that.
Absolutely, yeah. Don't have much more to say. It is fun and it is good. Anything that reminds me of Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul.
Great shout! Yeah,
it's great, isn't it? So there you go. That is that.
I quite like the phrase "Digable Planet" as well. I quite like that.
It's interesting, yeah. I wouldn't have necessarily said it's a hip hop sort of name, but it's it's nice. Okay. Your number 9 is interesting. Maybe harkens back to the start of this game where we were talking like Southern Americans, maybe.
Yes.
I've put someone I'm not confident it is, but it's more based on what I know you've listened to.
Sure.
I put Sun Kill Moon. I guess it's called Never Grow Old. I think the person singing this said that. Folk rock, pretty folky, and I think the rock aspect was maybe on bits that felt a bit more happening. There were parts of his singing which I did recognise, not as Sun Kill Moon, so maybe it's someone I've heard of and I just don't know. 2008 was the year that I put.
I don't know if I agree that it is folky.
That's interesting. In like an Americana-y sort of way, I suppose.
It's the season of giving. Have a point.
Cheers, thank you.
But please be aware that this band has a huge cult following, and they will be upset with me. I'm going to. It's one of my favourite parts of any Whiteboard game where I finally get the opportunity to expose some listening I've done, which I feel like I haven't actually done in a while. So here we go. This is Modest Mouse.
Cool.
It's called I Came as a Rat. I knew him my whole life. The year 2000, and I do it every time, man. I know it's not the actual lyric.
It's not even the lyrics, not even a reference.
Not much has changed.
Good.
but they live underwater.
It has to make sense to be funny in the first place.
I'm laughing. It made me laugh. I don't care about anyone else. Anyway, I put indie rock and art rock. So please, Modest Mouse fan base, understand that I do know the genre of this band.
They've got folky undertones.
You can have that argument with them. I'm not interested. This is called, the album is called The Moon in Antarctica. One of the strangest album covers I've ever seen.
I think I remember. Yeah.
Not that it's peculiar. Well, not that it's disturbing. It's just odd. It's just odd. It's two big hands having a handshake in the sky.
Yeah.
Modest Mouse, man. What do you say about Modest Mouse? I actually think I'm going to save you here from any potential rage from the Modest Mouse fan base, because I'm going to take it all away when I say I don't quite get it.
Interesting.
Is this my favourite of their albums? Let me check my charts.
Doesn't like Modest Mouse has a chart of his favourite albums of theirs.
No, this is my big document where I put all the so I don't forget anything I've listened to. No, this is my second favourite. To be fair, with all the stuff that's on this document now, at least 3 of them, no, I'd say at least 2 of them are still quite highly rated. This and another one.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good album, and maybe I need to listen to it again. Because when I was listening to Modest Mouse, I was how do I say this? I was
inebriated?
No, never. I was with the law firm.
I see.
And I was also, because I'd finish these long days, and then I'd go. It wouldn't be straight home. It would then be on a very circuitous public transport route through rush hour to an individual's home somewhere to do 11 plus tuition. And so this time period felt particularly unreal because I just was not happy there, and I'd get on this bus and feel like I was in a daze because I would have been up for about 13 or 14 hours at that point or whatever. And I would just want to go home and sit. I wasn't necessarily tired. It just didn't feel real. And so maybe my memory of Modest Mouse isn't as kind as it should be. Because people love these guys. They love these guys. I think sometimes it can be a bit too heavy and a bit too shouty, some of their stuff for my tastes. Right. But when they have the stuff that's more daring, I think, in terms of what they're trying to do in the song, or they have more lyrical moments, they're capable of really beautiful moments as a band. I think this track is a really daring one, because you get like 3 different sections in the space of a minute. You get this sort of a cappella opening, then into the main verse, and then this sort of chanty chorus refrain bit, all very close to each other. Lyrically quite difficult to decipher at times. Not in that you can't understand the words, but understanding what they mean is what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of good there, and I think I need to maybe give the albums I like especially a second chance of going even further up. I really like this track. There's something about it, I don't know what it is. I think he's talking about all the different ways he can be perceived, I think, and that frustrating him.
Ooh, I vibe with that.
I think, because in the chanty bit, there's one, because it's like an army chant almost. Because the first thing he says is, "I don't know what I've been told," and that's an army thing. And one of the things he says is, it's like he says something about walking like over glass or something barefoot, and then he says, I don't need to be told that I'm not a cat. And when you first hear that, you go, what the hell is he talking about? And then I've thought about it, and I think, is he talking about everyone else going, no, don't take that risk, you've only got so many lives, like a cat. You shouldn't be walking barefoot over that, you're going to hurt yourself. And is he just kind of going, I don't need you to tell me that, just let me make my own choice. I think is what he's saying. And then he goes, I came as a something, I came as a something, I came as a something, I came as a rat. All these different people see me as different things.
Yeah.
I think is what he's saying. It is definitely worth trying. It's like sort of experimental indie rock, if that's such a thing. And yeah, the cult following is huge, so there's got to be something to it. 1 point. Modest Mouse. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I've been meaning to get into Modest Mouse for a very long time. And I was at one point going to listen to their compilation album Building Nothing Out of Something.
Yes.
I think it was like a compilation of like early stuff of theirs, but I never ended up listening to it, which now has maybe been my undoing for not recognising the obviousness that was Modest Mouse.
Well, no, I think once you've heard his voice 2 or 3 times, it's in there. I think it is one that's difficult to forget because he's always just sort of like 10 seconds away from shouting. That's what his singing voice sounds like. He's always almost having a go at you. Yeah, there is very good stuff in that discography. It is definitely worth it.
Yeah.
This is your last one. I thought it was halfway in between 2 bands, and so I had to choose one of them, knowing that it probably isn't either. I thought it was halfway between Deftones and Brand New.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I chose Brand New. It's not them. It just isn't them. But are they on the banned list as well now, maybe? I don't know, did the lead singer, was he a bit naughty? I'm not sure.
Vaguely recall that.
I couldn't quite make up what was being said. I think Behind the Stars or Behind the Star might have been said. I'm not sure. I said something like that was the title. 2004. Again, because I'm thinking Deftones and Brand New, I said it was halfway between post-hardcore and emo.
Okay.
So that's me.
Yeah, thank you for your leniency on my last answer. I'll give you a point for the genre.
That's very generous.
It is, well, maybe once I show you the genres, one of them will be like, oh, of course it's that.
Okay,
it makes a lot of sense. But because this reminds me a lot more of like Nirvana.
Oh yeah, fair.
But it's by a band called, you may not know them. They're not massive, but it's a very popular album of theirs.
Okay.
A band called Failure.
That's not nice.
Much like that extract you used before by a musician who went by Useless. You know, maybe it's related in a way. The track is called Another Space Song. They don't say it on the track, unfortunately.
Yeah, it happens.
So, and then grunge, proper grunge stuff, and space rock revival. It also said there.
Oh, I recognise this cover.
Large space. Yeah, the cover's sick, man. It's such a good cover. It's so good. That's what really drew me to it, and arguably what drew me to using it in this game and making the game based around that colour, basically. Just because of how much I love the cover. It's like how would I describe it? It's like a group of astronauts who've landed on like a rogue planet, and you know, they're expecting to fight aliens, so they've got their guns out. But the art style is so cool, and the background is very purpley. That's sort of where I was basing that off of. Such a good cover, man. Could look at that all day, but I will refrain. Came out in 1996, so it's sort of post when grunge was big, you might say. Yeah, I don't have a load more to say beyond that. I've listened to the album. It is, if you like the sound, then it's an album you like. I know over an hour of grunge isn't for everyone, but
yeah, I mean, I'll give it a go, but I'm not sure if I will be able to do it.
It was good, and there's a lot to like about it. A lot of tracks I liked. The first 2 tracks I thought were very, very good. Beyond that, it was sort of every now and then there'd be a track that I particularly liked. I thought generally it was pretty consistent, and I've caught the vibe that it is a fairly well-respected album as well. Especially amongst, I don't really understand space rock revival generally as a term, but you know, there's a vibe that's spacey, I suppose, but maybe there's proper elements of the music that makes it you know, space rock revival.
It's got a spaceship on the cover. That'll do.
Yeah, that's a lot of it. I think there's a few references to spaciness throughout the album as well. And yeah, proper grungy chords that are like a lot of the time just don't really link to each other. Or chord progressions that, like for example, a chord progression in this song, another Space song, is very meandering. Because it's chord 1, minor 6, minor 3, and 1 again. You know, there's no chords that are pulling you away from the key, like a chord 5 to maybe, you know, resolve in a way, or a chord 4. It's all meandering sort of chords, which is nice. It's sort of, you know, it doesn't necessarily feel like the track's trying to go anywhere, but it, you know, it doesn't have to. And I like it for that in a way. The album is called Fantastic Planet. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, it was nice. I enjoyed it. A lot of the reason for why I chose to do a purpley colour scheme for the game. I wanted to use it and acknowledge to the audience of this podcast how much I like the cover.
Yes.
It felt good to use it. Again, like the Tame Impala one that I mentioned earlier. So yeah, I don't have any more to say. Fans of grunge, it did remind me of some Deftones stuff that I've listened to, maybe less metally and more grungy.
And with a lead singer that doesn't sound as constantly aroused. Yeah,
if you want like Deftones, but if like Kurt Cobain was a lead singer.
Good shout. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's I'm not going to say it's fun, because I don't necessarily think the point of grunge is to be fun. But I enjoyed my listen, is what I will say. So there you go.
New music dropping on the Whiteboard Game. Modest Mouse and Failure in one shot. What joy.
Enjoy it.
Drink it in.
The last one. It's time. Your final one.
Yes.
I want to say I've made a pretty good guess for this one.
Okay.
And based on the colour scheme, I know now that you've chosen. I'm quite confident with it. I recognised the voice. It reminded me of a band I know you... I don't really know how to say, because I wouldn't necessarily say you like, but I think you find interesting.
That is a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Band called Shoo Shoo. They said passion fruit on it. A lot of the reason why I titled the track that was because I like passion fruit.
Passion fruit's great.
It's giving the Drake song a run for its money. I'll say that. Industrial. I mean, Shoo Shoo I generally consider industrial, and industrial noise just came. It felt appropriate to use here because I thought it's an industrial something, and noise felt appropriate. It felt more abrasive than a lot of other Shoo Shoo stuff I've heard. In 2019, because I would have said that it was off of their album Girl with a Basket of Fruit, and I know that has a purple cover.
It does.
So that is my guess.
When trying to come up with a colour scheme, there are a few more obvious albums to go for than one which is almost entirely the same shade. And this is the most purple of the purple albums I've chosen. It is Go With Basket of Fruit by Shoo Shoo. It is the title track. 2019, I put post-industrial, experimental. Now, I don't know if that is voodoo or something else entirely, like vodou. Haitian vodou drumming. I wanted to include that in because I saw it on Rate Your Music, and I thought it's good to give respect to the actual, international aspect of this track. I've ever mentioned I met Jamie Stewart. I've ever mentioned that because I did, and they were cool. They were really kind to me, and I was grateful. It's one of those things, isn't it, when people listen to heavy metal and you find out that they're actually very calm and nice people. Same with Jamie Stewart. Writes, in many ways, hideous sounding music.
Lyrically as well, incredibly disturbing.
Yeah, disturbing is the word. And then you meet them, and they're so lovely. Yeah, I've given all the details about it, haven't I? I'm gonna, as I love doing with the whiteboard game, I'm going to oppose Anthony Fantano here, because I just don't. Yeah. Anyway, but it's not. The title track is fantastic. It's really good, but then I just don't think. Just the rest of the album just doesn't quite hit. I don't know why.
Ooh.
For me, and I understand that if people want really heavy sounding stuff and really heavy lyrical content, the entirety of the album you will enjoy.
Just not your thing, you know?
It's just not my thing. I think that they've got a couple of other albums which I would prefer, A Promise in particular. But yeah, Go with Basket of Fruit is savage, and the choices made to put the track together are fantastic. I don't know how much detail I want to go into about what I think the song is about, because it is quite bleak. Let me word this. The anxieties and feelings that a woman might experience after experiencing a certain horrific event is how I'll put it.
Okay.
That only technically women can go through. I'll leave it there.
Maybe I don't know then.
Well, I say only technically. Yeah, the emphasis on the word technically.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but do continue.
Do your research. You'll figure it out. The imagery of the song gives it away. I think. A lot of lyrics about male parts. But entirely becoming, in terms of the sort of severity of Shushu's lyrical content on average. Yeah, a fantastic title track. Like, because you hear someone counting in at the start and you go, "Where's this going?" The first time you ever heard it, and then it genuinely throttles you, because the drums explode in, and all of the electroacoustic nonsense that they're able to come up with floods in. And then Jamie Stewart's shouting, apparently, "Take a break!" Is the first thing he says. Take a break, and you go, "Oh, I've only just got in, but I think I might need to." Yeah, it's an experience. It's one of those albums which I would say, just because of how abrasive it is, be careful. I mean, lyrically, it's one thing, but also it might just be difficult to listen to in one go for some people. A bit exhausting. A lot going on. But yeah, really, really strong. 3 points to wrap it up for you, Chris.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's tally time, folks. Now, if you remember from the start, both Chris and I, in humorous fashion, were able to guess purple immediately. So we both rewarded a maximum 5 out of 5 for guessing the colour scheme. We did it so early in the game. So we add that on to whatever our normal score for this game will be. So it's not that we ever get this high. It's out of a maximum of 45, right? No, I'm wrong. Why did I say
maximum
that? That's just not correct. Oh, no, it is. It is correct.
For today, it is. Yeah,
it is correct. Yeah, for today,
normally
it is
at 40, but yeah. Yeah. Your pandering has allowed me to add up, so I'll try to do the same for you. Yeah, it's been a great game. I do enjoy the color scheme ones. It's just harder to do them because you need to find
you do
ones that will work. You need to find 10 that will work together. You know,
you always get about
harder.
You start off with about 2 or 3. And you go, I really want to talk about these, so I'm gonna, and they all have the same color, so I'm going to suggest color scheme game, and then the other person goes, great, yeah, let's do it, and then you sit down and go, oh, I got to find others now.
Yeah. At the same time, it's nice because it forces you to find music in ways that you wouldn't have done anyway.
Absolutely.
You know, I definitely wouldn't have listened to Digable Planets anyway. You know, so that was nice.
Yeah. I have a number.
I do too.
I'm going to count down.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, really? What? That's crazy.
He said
really surprising.
His shock makes me want to
recount.
Yeah, because like if you're, I want to know why you're so shocked.
Because you had a few very good answers. That's why. And so I think in my presumption, I thought, yeah, I'll probably fall a bit short this time. But
hang on, I might have miscounted.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Doing maths A-level has helped. Played into my hands here.
No.
Stop the count.
I did it correctly. I did do it correctly. I do
Stop
trust my own abilities. So I got 26.
I got 27.5.
Yeah. The half point wasn't even the thing that did it. It was that ruddy, modest mouse generosity. That's what did it.
Not even. I was still beating you.
Ooh. GG's.
Yeah, good game. That was a lot of fun. Very enjoyable and a very lovely moment to realise that we both had the same colour scheme.
Absolutely. I would go as far as to say top 5 at least whiteboard game moment. We still have only ever had it happen once where we've both chosen the same extract. That would be very difficult to beat. Very difficult to replicate as well.
I mean, not choosing the same album on this one anyway was impressive that we managed not to, I feel.
Yeah. You know, we both could have panicked and gone down the Purple Rain route or something like that. Even though I think it is just the lettering that's purple. I'm not sure.
I do think it has purple on it. I mean, is he in like a purple? I can't remember.
He's on the motorbike, I think.
I wanted to say he was in like a purple jacket or something, but maybe that's not true.
It does feel like the kind of thing Prince would wear. But anyway, brings us to the close of another great whiteboard game. Closing remarks, Chris.
We had a lot of fun. I hope you did. We'll be gigging soon.
Well,
in mid-January, we mentioned that earlier. We'll be at the Theatre Ship. We hope to see you there if you're able to make it. Please consider it. And we have one more episode, which will be the season finale.
Yep.
Before season 3. So stay with us for that. We look forward to inviting you to more whiteboard game.
Yeah.
See you then.
As I've said in previous editions, particularly the last one, this doesn't have to exist in a vacuum. If you guys want to see things on the whiteboard game, if you even want to be on the whiteboard game, this podcast finds you and you think, God, these guys talk about music, and I love music. I've got so much stuff I could contribute to this. Let us know ideas, or if you just want to show up, we'll find a way to make it work. Because nothing exists in a vacuum. Community is important, especially with any independent art form. We have got that gig in January. Check our social medias, check our link trees. Information will be on there. We only have one link tree. I don't know why I said plural link trees. There's only one Idio twin. Anyone else pretending to be us is not us. Do I have anything else to add that Chris hasn't already said? I don't think so. I do have one thing. Sorry. Hope you had a lovely Christmas.
Yes.
And a very happy New Year to you. Look forward to it. Hope you have a good time. It's coming up to it. We'll wish you it again because, us recording that next one, it will be in time. So, we'll see you soon. Nothing else to say, so there is only one thing to say, which is... Whiteboard
Whiteboard Game.
Game.